Join me as I put the theory to the test. Can I really get away with doing bad things without getting caught? Have you ever wondered if there's a way to get away with doing something bad without facing the consequences? Maybe you've asked yourself, can I really get away with this? Well, today we're going to explore that very question and take a closer look at the concept of moral dilemmas and the idea of evading accountability. It's a challenge to wrap our heads around the consequences of our actions, especially when it comes to bad behavior. Many of us believe that some people can somehow escape accountability, while others get caught and punished. But is that really the case? Can we truly get away with doing bad things, or is it all just an illusion? One thing's for sure, humans have a natural tendency to test the limits and see how far we can push things before we get caught. This got me thinking, what happens when people do get away with bad behavior? Do they truly get off scot-free, or is there some kind of moral reckoning that takes place? And what about those who do get caught? Are they always punished accordingly, or can they find ways to wiggle out of accountability? It's a complex web of questions, and one that has puzzled philosophers, psychologists, and sociologists for centuries. Another issue at play is our tendency to underestimate the consequences of our actions. We might think we can get away with something because we've done it before, or because we know someone else who got away with it. But the reality is, the consequences of bad behavior can be far-reaching and devastating, not just for ourselves, but for those around us as well. Let's take a look at some real-life examples of people who have committed crimes and either escaped justice or faced unexpected repercussions. There was the case of Bernie Madoff, who ran a massive Ponzi scheme and managed to evade detection for decades. Then there was the Enron scandal, where top executives were able to hide their criminal activities for years before getting caught. And who can forget the Stanford prison experiment, where students were able to get away with atrocious behavior simply because they thought they were above the law. What's fascinating is that psychology and societal factors play a huge role in why some people get away with bad behavior, while others don't. For instance, research has shown that people who are charming, charismatic, or well-connected are more likely to get away with things simply because others give them the benefit of the doubt. On the other hand, those who are seen as outsiders or are already marginalized may be more likely to get caught and punished. One of the most eye-opening statistics I came across is that approximately 10% of people in the general population lack empathy, which means they're less likely to feel remorse or guilt for their actions. This raises some serious questions about whether we can truly hold people accountable for their behavior if they're not capable of empathy or remorse. It's a deeply unsettling thought, and one that has major implications for our justice system. But here's the thing, even if some people do manage to get away with bad behavior, the risks and moral implications are still very real. There's always the chance that they'll get caught, and even if they don't, there's the weight of their own conscience to contend with, not to mention the impact their actions have on others, whether it's their loved ones, colleagues, or even strangers. So what's the takeaway from all of this? While some people may be able to evade accountability, the consequences of bad behavior are always lurking in the shadows, waiting to pounce. And that's something we should all be aware of, whether we're considering doing something bad or trying to make amends for past mistakes. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think people can truly get away with bad things, or is it all just an illusion? Let me know, and be sure to check out my related videos for more intriguing discussions on morality, psychology, and the human condition.